All right, so we got a little bit of a later 10-minute break stroll. I ate strawberries and kind of had a more of a relaxing break earlier this morning. But throughout the day, I started thinking about just some of the good things that we can do. To be honest, this morning and yesterday, I slept in until 5 o'clock and kind of been breaking my streak of getting up early and getting over to Starbucks to study, read, and put blogging on to practice. So I started thinking about sleeping in and good things, going back to asking, is it beneficial? Did that 30 minutes of sleep benefit me more than spending 30 minutes in the Word? And I'm going to say obviously no. It's better for me to have spent time in the Word. But then I started thinking, is it sinful to do something good or to ignore something good that you should be doing? So is it wrong for me to sleep in and sinful for me to do that and avoid doing something that I know is more beneficial for me? And we can start to ask the questions like, well, is it considered lazy, or is it just being restful? Is it this or that? Coming back from Ireland and London on the honeymoon and having sleep patterns all thrown off, that might be the thing. All these things you can start to ask yourself. But I started realizing and, kind of started getting to the conclusion that I shouldn't worry too much about doing good and it being a sinful to not do good. It seems like, and we can have a discussion on the side if you'd like, but it seems like in the church today, we're more concerned with getting away with whatever we can, getting as close to the line and as close to the edge as we can. And instead of me asking, well, is it wrong for me to sleep in? Is it wrong for me to neglect good things? Is it wrong for me to eat healthy or not eat healthy and to eat like junk? I should just be concerned with doing good things. That should be my focus, and not worried if what I do is good or bad, sinful or righteous. I know in James talks about the sin of omission. It says, to him who knows to do good yet does not do it, to him it is sin. So who knows? All I know is my focus and your focus, our focus as the church, as believers, as Christians, as followers of Christ, should be not so much wondering if what we do or don't do is sinful, but focusing on doing good things that are beneficial for your life physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, because the focus is on the wrong thing. You're focused on sin and not Christ, not pursuing a Christ-like attitude. So it's kind of cheesy and cliche, but it goes back to this good old 90s bracelets. What would Jesus do? It's not about the neglecting the bad, but it's about pursuing the righteous. And as you pursue righteousness, as you do those good things, the bad things, the sinful things will begin to fade away. The presence of Christ in your life will increase, and the presence of the sin in your life will decrease. Not going away completely until obviously we reach eternity, but you will be more like Christ than you were the day before if you pursue good. And so, again, I don't want this to become a legalistic issue, a matter of doing good rather than having faith. And this isn't the faith works argument. This is simply a conduct as a believer of Christ, and a mentality that you should have in your life in pursuing Christ and not worrying about avoiding sin. I feel like we worry about so much of negative and evil things and avoiding those rather than pursuing the good. If you fill your time with good things, if you fill your life with good things, if you fill your life with things that are pointing you toward Christ, you won't have time for the other things that are going to hinder you in that. So kind of as a fresh thought, something I didn't really get to stew on too long today, but it is something I did want to share with you guys and take a little bit of time on my 10-minute break here. But I'm going to call my wife, and yes, I get to brag and say that I have a wife. I'm going to call her and talk to her about what is coming for the day and try and be a good husband. All right, love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Remember to share this page, like, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. timeundertension.wgh is the Instagram, and you can find more updates and see what's going on with the blog. I will start putting more blogs and devotionals up shortly. It's just been crazy with being a husband now and learning how to do that. So it's what God's calling me to do in this season, but I also want to continue to share and pursue everything with what he's placed on my heart for time under tension. So keep up, keep growing, keep pursuing, and we'll see you tomorrow.